In the vast sands of the Gobi Desert, where the horizon blurs with the sky in a shimmering haze of hot air, an unwritten law exists, as ancient as the dunes themselves. It's the law of hospitality, elevated to an absolute, the cornerstone of survival and social cohesion for nomadic tribes. Here, in the heart of one of the world's harshest deserts, a family is obligated to shelter and feed any traveler, regardless of their origin, faith, or purpose of travel. This custom isn't just a gesture of goodwill, it's a matter of life and death, a tradition steeped in the sweat and blood of generations who adapted to the unforgiving environment. But what lies behind this unconditional hospitality? What are the roots of this custom stretching back through the centuries? And how does it impact the lives of modern Gobi nomads in an era of globalization and rapid change? Let's embark on a fascinating journey across the sandy expanses to unravel the mysteries of this remarkable custom, understand its significance, and appreciate its uniqueness in the context of world culture. The Gobi is more than just a desert. It's a vast, ever-changing world where life depends on every sip of water, every scrap of shade. Survival here demands not only strength and endurance, but also the ability to share, help each other, and keep the flame of humanity alive, even in the most extreme conditions. That's precisely why hospitality became not just a virtue, but a necessity, a way to ensure collective survival amidst constant resource scarcity.
Imagine a nomad, trudging through scorching sands, parched and starving, lost in an endless sandstorm. His only hope is a yurt, standing alone among the dunes, a symbol of life and warmth in this desolate landscape. And he knows that in this yurt, he'll be welcomed like family, fed, given drink, shelter, and help to find his way forward. This knowledge gives him the strength to keep going, not to give up, to believe in human kindness. The tradition of hospitality in the Gobi has deep historical roots. For millennia, the nomadic tribes inhabiting these lands faced the same problems: shortages of water, food, and pasture for their livestock. In these conditions, mutual aid and solidarity became key factors for survival. Hospitality was a way to establish connections between different tribes and clans, creating a system of mutual support that allowed them to survive in harsh conditions.
Furthermore, hospitality played a crucial role in maintaining social stability. In a nomadic society where life was full of uncertainty and danger, hospitality fostered a sense of community and belonging. It strengthened social bonds, reduced conflict, and promoted peaceful coexistence among different population groups. The Gobi hospitality ritual is a whole ceremony, imbued with respect and care for the guest. The first thing a yurt owner does upon seeing an approaching traveler is to go out to meet them and invite them in. The guest is seated in the most honored spot, offered tea with milk and salt, and treated to traditional dishes like lamb, flatbread, and dairy products. During the meal, the yurt owner inquires about the guest's journey, family, and needs. They strive to create an atmosphere of trust and understanding so the guest feels comfortable and safe. If the guest requires assistance, the yurt owner does everything possible to provide it, offering food, water, clothing, lodging, and help finding their way forward. Tea holds special significance in the hospitality ritual. Tea with milk and salt is not just a drink, it's a symbol of hospitality and friendliness. It's served as a sign of respect for the guest, and refusing it is considered an insult. During tea, conversations are held, news is exchanged, and important matters are discussed. Tea is a kind of social glue that binds society together and maintains its unity. Interestingly, hospitality in the Gobi extends not only to people, but also to animals. If a nomad finds a lost sheep or camel, they are obliged to shelter and feed it until its owner is found. This is because animals play a vital role in the lives of nomads, providing them with food, clothing, and transportation. Caring for animals is also caring for one's own survival. Comparing with other world cultures reveals that hospitality is a widespread value in many societies, especially those living in harsh conditions or facing constant resource scarcity. For example, among the Bedouins, nomadic tribes inhabiting the deserts of the Middle East, hospitality is also a key element of their culture. They believe a guest is a messenger from God and must be received with honor and respect.
In some cultures, hospitality has religious roots. For instance, in Islam, hospitality is considered one of the most noble deeds pleasing to Allah. Christianity also has a tradition of hospitality, linked to biblical stories of Abraham receiving strangers without knowing they were angels. However, despite hospitality being a widespread value, its manifestations can vary greatly across cultures. In some societies, hospitality is more formal, with clear rules and rituals. In others, it's more spontaneous and informal.
In the Gobi, hospitality is characterized by its unconditional nature and generosity. Gobi nomads are ready to share their last piece of bread with a stranger, risking going hungry themselves. This stems from their understanding that in the desert, survival depends on mutual aid and solidarity. Modern life is bringing changes to the traditional way of life of the Gobi nomads. Globalization, technological advancements, and climate change are impacting their culture and lifestyle. Many nomads are transitioning to settled lifestyles, moving to cities and finding work in mines or other enterprises.
But despite all the changes, the tradition of hospitality continues to play a vital role in the lives of the Gobi nomads. It remains a symbol of their culture, a way to preserve their identity and connection to the past. Many nomads still consider it their duty to welcome guests and share what they have. Moreover, the tradition of hospitality is becoming increasingly important amidst environmental problems and social changes. Droughts, desertification, and population migration present new challenges for nomadic communities. In these conditions, hospitality helps them support each other, adapt to changing circumstances, and build a more sustainable future.
Tourism is also playing an increasingly significant role in the Gobi's economy. Many tourists come here to experience the nomads' culture, witness their traditional way of life, and enjoy the desert's beauty. Hospitality is a key factor attracting tourists to the Gobi. Nomads who host tourists in their yurts have an opportunity to earn money and preserve their culture. However, the development of tourism also presents certain challenges. Uncontrolled tourism can lead to environmental degradation, the erosion of cultural traditions, and the exploitation of local populations. Therefore, it's important to develop tourism sustainably so that it benefits the nomads and doesn't harm their culture or the environment.
In conclusion, the custom of hospitality in the Gobi Desert is a unique phenomenon that reflects the specific way of life of nomadic tribes in harsh conditions. It's not just a gesture of goodwill, it's a method for ensuring collective survival, maintaining social stability, and preserving cultural identity. Hospitality is an important value passed down through generations, helping the Gobi nomads adapt to changing circumstances and build a more sustainable future. This custom is a vivid example of how human kindness and mutual aid can flourish even in the most inhospitable places on Earth. How much longer can this ancient custom withstand the onslaught of modernity? Will the Gobi nomads be able to preserve their unique culture and way of life? Or will they be forced to give way to globalization and progress? The answer to this question depends on many factors, but primarily on the nomads themselves, on their ability to adapt to changing conditions and remain true to their traditions, and, of course, on the respect and support of the entire global community. After all, preserving cultural heritage is not just the task of individual peoples, but of all humanity.
For what is humanity if not a mosaic of unique cultures, each contributing its own irreplaceable part to the collective heritage? And the loss of one of these cultures is a loss for all of us. So let us cherish and support cultural diversity, respect the traditions and customs of different peoples,
and learn wisdom and kindness from each other. Only then can we build a more just and harmonious world for everyone. And for now, in the vast sands of the Gobi, the fire of hospitality continues to burn, illuminating the path for travelers and reminding us that in every human heart there is a place for kindness and compassion. And as long as this fire burns, we have hope for a better future.